Shalom. First and foremost, all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai Bahashem Rakakwadash. Double honor to the elders that rule well, which are the apostles, bishops, and elders of Great Millstone, men that taught me this truth. Peace and mercy to the hopeful elect in Yahweh Shai. I'm the brother Yawanathan, back with another quick lesson. Through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, Lord one, and it's edifying. And this is going to be the dark truth behind Elon Musk's Neuralink. Because when you go and put Neuralink up on YouTube, you're going to see a bunch of positive promotion of this Neuralink technology. You know, cute little monkey faces, animal care at Neuralink 2022 update. You know, they do have their own channel. You seeing all this wonderful, miraculous things. Monkey playing ping pong with his mind. Monkey typing with his mind. So they're pretty much experimenting the majority of their Neuralink technology, which is linking your brain, linking a human brain. This will ultimately the goal, linking a human brain to a computer interface, right? So they've been experimenting on monkeys, which, we have very similar DNA, supposedly, to monkeys, the way that our brain works and such. So, yeah, so, you go through YouTube, you see all of that, but, here's what they're not telling you. This is from the sun.co.uk. It says, mad scientists, horrors of Elon Musk's Neuralink revealed, including brain hacking technology and animal deaths. All right, and this was published May 2022, the year of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai turning things up. This is not a new article, but hey, the Spirit just had me come across it, and we ultimately know that this technology is leading to the prophecy of Revelation 13:16 through 18. All right, dealing with the mark of the beast. RFID microchip implants, whether it be implanted in your brain through Elon Musk's Neuralink technology or a form of this type of technology, because you have another company called Synchron who's already started human trials. I believe this was back in September or sometime around September or even before that. They were publicly announcing the trials of their human experiments, all right, of brain chip interfaces. So that's what this ultimately, that's the dark truth of all of this, really. All right, because as you see, it's being promoted as some type of technological innovation, some type of medical miracle, fixing people's neurological damaged systems and things like that, which pretty much your neurological system is what is pretty much your brain, the ability that your body has for your brain to give signals to the rest of your body, whether it be your hands, your fingers, how you move. When you sneeze, everything your body pretty much does is controlled by your brain, which is where your spirit ultimately dwells. When you deal with the word heart in the scriptures, is really should say mind. All right, if you want to correctly translate it from Hebrew to English, the word the word heart in Hebrew is lab. All right, which means your mind, which is your brain, which is where your spirit dwells. You would say the third eye, which is supposedly the pineal gland, which is right in between your eyes. All right, they call it the third eye or your mind's eye, your spiritual eye. That's where they want to put these microchips at. They want to put a electronical technological device inside of your brain. That's what Elon Musk's whole thing is about. So what positive can really come out of this? From what I've been reading here in this article from the Sun, pretty much it's all a farce, man. All the positive promoting that this is getting and all this, this is saving people's lives. It's really all bullshit, man. All right, and I'm gonna get into it, and then I'm gonna get into the scriptures. I just want to read some of this article first. It says Elon Musk has faced immense scrutiny for horrific and unethical experiments as scientists express concern. And the word science simply just means to know or knowledge. It's something that you have to be able to experiment and see that it works. That's what true science really is. A lot of the science of today's world is really pseudoscience. When you look up the word pseudo, it means false. It's not the proper scientific experiment, quote unquote, which is when you create the thesis. I forgot the exact steps of it, but there is an actual way to prove science. There's an actual proof and a methodology behind calling something science. And it's ultimately when you get to the truth of something. All right, now, a lot of the science of this world, like the so-called theory of evolution, that we came from apes, and then even before apes, we came from some type of liquid called the primordial soup. This devil has all these theories, and he pushes it and actually teaches it in biology and all these different scientific fields as science, as the truth, when there's no way that could ever be experimented, replicated, or proven. You see? So it will be really, the science of this world is pseudoscience, and the scriptures even call it science falsely so called. Let me just grab that real quick. In the book of Timothy, maybe I spelled falsely wrong. Yeah, I did. Slack here. 1 Timothy chapter 6, verse 20. I'm gonna get to the point. Oh, Timothy, keep that which is committed to thy trust. He's talking about the truth. This is Apostle Paul speaking to one of his understudies, and actually, he called Timothy his son, his spiritual son, in this ministry, in this faith. So he gave a lot of information. He gave a lot of truth. He told Timothy a lot about Yahweh Shai and everything that he knew, and to go out there and to teach the rest of the elect. You see, so keep that which is committed to thy trust is talking about keep the truth. Like Yahweh Shai said in Revelation 2, I believe it's verse 25, hold that fast which thou hast. It means to fasten it, to hold it tight, to keep guard over it, watch it. All right, so there's a responsibility of having this truth, because Yahweh Shai through their men, which begin with the elder apostles of Great Millstone, they pretty much gave us this truth, and it's committed onto us as a trustworthy thing that we would go out there and teach it to other men, because that's the parable about the talents. Not to get off topic, but Yahweh Shai gave this truth to us in the form of talents, in that parable, and it's like money, you know what I mean? So we're being trusted with the Lord's precious truth to go out there and to teach others. That's the whole point. But there's certain conduct, if you will, of having this truth. Oh man, this fucking Siri thing.
I didn't get that. Could you try again?
I hope that, well, I don't know if it recorded that part, but I was saying that there's a certain conduct that you must keep, in order to have possession of this truth, spiritually. There's a certain way that we have to, like it says, keep that which is committed to thy trust, avoiding profane and vain babblings. There's a lot of profane and vain babblings in Israel, because not all Israel has the truth. Romans 11:7, the truth is only given to the elect of the nation of Israel. So those that don't have the truth, that profess that they have the truth, you have a lot of Israelites like that, a lot of camps out there like that, a lot of Hebrew Israelite camps such as IUIC, ISUPK, can't forget about fucking GOC, GOCC, and all these guys. A lot of the things that they speak is really just profane and vain babbling. All right, because it doesn't lead to salvation. It's not the truth. It's not in accordance with the scriptures. And Yahweh Shai did not, tell those men to go say that, in the name of righteousness, that is, because of course, Ezekiel 14, we know that the false prophet also belongs to the Lord, which links up with Job 12:16. The deceiver and the deceiver are Yahweh Shai, but there's a certain doctrine that's of truth. There's one, actually not a certain, there's one doctrine of truth, according to Ephesians, the 4th chapter, and pretty much everything outside of that is profane and vain babbling. You see, it says in oppositions of science falsely so called, because you got to remember that during the time of the Greeks and the Romans, you had a lot of these so-called theories, all right, scientific theories that were getting pushed around heavy in the form of different philosophies, such as the heliocentric and the forgot what the opposite of that would be, but basically the theory of, does the earth spin around or does the sun spin around the earth, and different things like that. Is the sun the center of the universe, or is the earth the center of the universe? Different doctrines and different beliefs that was getting debated. Remember, Greek and Rome was big on debating. That was a lot of their thing. You had the agora, which is basically the marketplaces where all doctrines and all religions and all philosophies will be debated in the streets, for all people to hear, for everybody to basically get involved, to listen. You have fights breaking out, riots, especially because of this truth. Mainly because of this truth, actually, because this truth of the Holy Bible, this gospel that was being preached, was against all of that shit that the Romans got from the Greeks, all that Roman pagan philosophy. It was all bullshit. So Apostle Paul, he warned Apostle Timothy to avoid, so some of those sciences that are falsely so-called. It wasn't true science, because it was basically pseudoscience. I mean, I believe if you go into that word falsely, it should say that. Yeah, see? Pseudonyms. This G, where is it? G5581. That's in the Greek. So pseudonyms or pseudonyms. Let me just let this devil say it, man.
Strong's G5581. Pseudonymous.
So that's where you would get the word pseudo from, which basically means false. See, falsely named. It wasn't true science. It was falsely being called science. Well, that's what's going on here, man, with this Neuralink. This is nothing but pseudoscience, and this devil is selling you people a dream. The so-called white man, which is Esau, Edom according to the Bible, and you have their upper elites, who are pushing for these, who are funding and pushing for these experiments to be done, and all the sensationalism that's coming behind it, how this microchip technology is becoming a trend. You have people that call themselves biohackers or transhumanists, and they feel like they're transcending the human nature by merging themselves with technology. And there's a dark truth behind this that a lot of people are not telling you about. Though a lot of people won't tell you about this. They're not going to talk about this. All right, and that's the fact that this is a part of Bible prophecy, and this is what's going to lead to the majority of people all over the world, here in America and all over the world, receiving this technology by way of by law. They're going to make this thing legal that you have to take it, and that's going to get a lot of you people destroyed, because as we're about to read, there's been nothing but death surrounding these experiments, man. These so-called scientific experiments of Neuralink technology. It says in 2016, the world's richest man founded Neuralink. He's not the world's richest man, but they'll put that in your face. But the Rothschilds are the richest. The central banking families are the richest. They're the ones that print money. They're the ones that own the Federal Reserve, which leads back to the IMF, International Monetary Fund, which leads back to the central banks in London. Who owns that and operates that and prints the money? These people are not even worth money because they print money. You can't put their value into cash money. They're rich by slaves, like the scriptures say, cattle, silver, gold, and land, and ultimately freedom. They're the only people that's truly free from all of this, because they're the ones controlling it. They're the ones that are pushing it out. So they don't have to worry about taking a microchip. They don't have to worry about how many monkeys might have died and gotten injured in the process of creating this technology. They don't have to worry about that, because they're the ones in power. This man is not the world's richest man, okay? Elon Musk is just a puppet for the elites. This is all a paid experiment by the central bankers, all right? A neurotechnology company that hopes to soon implant chips into people's brains. Elon Musk has faced immense scrutiny for horrific and unethical experiments as scientists express concern. I read that already. I don't know why they put that twice, but they put their little picture or whatever, dubbed Link. The chip would monitor and even stimulate brain activity. Most notably, that's what they're promoting. The chip would monitor and even stimulate brain activity. Most notably, it holds promise. That's a heavy word to use, man. And that's, pretty much anything that these devils are saying, they make it as a promise. The scripture tell you their words were smoother than butter, but war was in his heart. They sell you these dreams, man. That's what they're good at. It holds promise for the restoration of sensory and motor function and the treatment of neurological disorders. This is all a mask. This is all masking the true intention behind Neuralink and what it's really about, man. Which we're going to get into in the prophecy, according to Musk. That's just one of several claims the billionaire has made regarding the work that Neuralink is conducting. However, the reality of the situation may be a bit grimmer than Musk lets on, according to experts. Here's everything we know about Neuralink. There have been unethical animal deaths. Earlier this year, Neuralink confirmed that at least some of the 23 macaque monkeys involved in link experiments either died from trauma or euthanization. So euthanization is when you put the animal down willingly. The animal didn't die on its own, but instead they either inject it with some type of blue. I've seen, what they do to dogs, man. When they euthanize dogs, they shoot them with that blue shot, man. And the dog pretty much lets out that final breath, or the animal. You hear that last breath. So like, I'm a little winded, I guess. Wheezy, but the animal lets out that laugh, that last sigh, that last breath out of his lungs, and then that's it, man. It's a sad thing. Which let me get this real quick. Proverbs 12:10. A righteous man regardeth the life of his beast. A righteous man would be talking about a man of the nation of Israel, because only an Israelite, so-called Negro, Latino, Native American, could be considered righteous, because righteousness, or being righteous, is according to the laws of Yahweh Shem Shai, which was only given to the nation of Israel, pursuant to Psalms 147:19 and 20. So only a righteous man, an Israelite man of the house of Israel, that the children of Israel, can regard the life of his beast truly, because he has the laws that were given on how to, the instructions, if you will, on how to regard the life of his beast. There's certain things you don't do to animals. Look at these people, man. These wicked devils, man. Look what they do to their animals. Look what they do to their dogs. Having sex with their animals. They all into bestiality and things like that. They abuse their animals. But the tender mercies of the wicked are cruel. See, these people are cruel towards animals, man. They don't give a fuck how many monkeys or people gotta die in order for them to promote this experiment, this so-called scientific experiment. You see, to be this work, this new advanced technology of the world to save the planet Earth and the people that's suffering. The people are suffering first and foremost because you're GMO foods, man. Because you devils have poisoned everything. You poison the water, the air, and the food that we eat. That's why people are suffering. That's why people are sick in the first goddamn place. And because of their own sin. Because of wickedness being multiplied in the earth. Because of you devils, man. But here it is. Now you coming with this so-called solution. Which is not a solution. It's adding more pain on top of the pain. Because look at the suffering of animals, and look what we about to read. The experiments were conducted from 2017 to 2020 and even prompt the Physicians Committee for Responsible Medicine to file a complaint against Neuralink for subjecting monkeys to abuse. They're not talking about that. They're going to go on YouTube and look up Neuralink, and they're going to promote all this happy, look at a little cute monkey face. I don't find it cute, but, some people touch them. Oh, man, look at that monkey. Look what they're doing. Monkey playing ping pong. Monkey playing music. Monkey typing. This is so advanced. Wow, this is so intelligent. This technology is great. And look what they want to do, man. They want to put freaking brain implants in your head. And we're going to read some of the effects. It says facial trauma, seizures, and loss of toes and fingers were just some of the trauma the animals endured, according to the Physicians Committee report. And there's links to all of this stuff. There's links to all of these reports, man. Physicians Group files state lawsuit and federal complaint against UC Davis regarding deadly monkey experiments at Elon Musk funded lab. There's reports on this stuff, man. This is not made up. This is the real ugly truth behind Neuralink's Elon Musk Neuralink. Shortly after the report was filed, many animal activists took to social media to publicly decry Musk and Neuralink as unethical. Experts are worried brain hacking isn't safe. Researchers and scientists have expressed both fear and horror at Musk's goal of connecting human brains to computers. This mainly stems from many questions regarding the safety of the devices. What I've seen in the field is, this is a Dr. Laura Cabrera who's saying this. What I've seen in the field is we're really good at implanting the devices. All right, this is a Dr. Laura Cabrera who researches neuroethics at Penn State. That's what she told the Daily Beast. But if something goes wrong, what could possibly go wrong in all of this, right? If something, that's a little if. That's not even an if. When something goes wrong, we really don't have the technology to explant them. So they know how to put it in your brain, so-called safely. There's no safety behind any of this. None of this is safe, man. Let's keep it real here. But they're talking about once they put it inside of you, they can't safely get it out without damaging your brain. See? This is the dark truth behind it. You better, hey, man, you people that are excited about this and you can't wait to get these microchips in your body and you transhumanists, you biohackers, you better severely consider this, man. That's a lifelong decision, and really, that's a decision that's going to get you people destroyed, according to the scriptures we're going to get into. Meanwhile, Dr. Johnson of SUNY Upstate questioned whether the science backed Musk's vision at all. See? If Neuralink is claiming that they'll be able to use their device therapeutically to help disabled persons, they're overpromising because they're a long way from being able to do that. This is all deception, man. This is Psalm 64:1. Hear my voice, O Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, in my prayer. This is a psalm of King David, man. A righteous man of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, the king of Israel. Preserve my life from fear of the enemy. This is scary, man. We're reading about this. This is fucking scary, man. The fact that these people in their dark, twisted, sick minds, they want to put this technology inside of you, and they're lying to you. They don't even know how it really works. They don't even know the full functionality of what they're doing and what they're bringing about. That's fucking scary, man. A dude like this wants to put this inside of your body. A damn fool. A foolish man wants to implant the world with these microchips, and they don't even understand how it fully works, man. They don't even know the full dangers of what the world or the can of worms that they're opening. That's fearful, man. Man. Hide me from the secret counsel of the wicked. There's a secret counsel behind this that they're not telling you. From the insurrection of the workers of iniquity. Insurrection means what? An uprising. And that's what they're doing. They're promoting this thing. They're putting it on the mainstream. You know, but behind closed doors, they're workers of iniquity. This is all sin upon sin. First of all, Leviticus, let me get that real quick, man. Let's get Leviticus 19 and I believe it's 28. Yeah, Leviticus 19 and 28. Ye shall not make any cuttings in your flesh for the dead, nor print any marks upon you. I am the Lord. So you're not supposed to put any cuttings upon your flesh. And what is this? They're going to cut your brain open and put this damn device in your head. You got to be mad to even consider doing something like this, man. You got to be completely out of your mind. No pun intended. You know, you got to be completely bugged out. What the scriptures say, that's even against the law to make any cutting in your flesh. So these people are workers of iniquity, man. Everything the scriptures say not to do, that's what they want to do. Who whet their tongue like a sword and bend their bows to shoot their arrows, even bitter words. All of this is bitter words, over promising to you, lying to you, telling you, yeah, this is going to heal you, this is going to make you walk again. They're taking complete advantage of vulnerable people, man. Idiots, people that don't know any better, people that don't do their research, people that don't have a mind of their own. And how did they become like that? Because of you devils, man. Because these devils have dumbed down society with this very same technology. See, they use the technology to increase themselves, but to decrease you people, to make you more dumber and stupider. But they're using the technology for their wicked agendas, you know, to advance their and forward their wicked devices and schemes, which the scripture tell you we're not ignorant of. Let me get that real quick. 2:11, I think it is. Yep. 2 Corinthians chapter 2, verse 11. Lest Satan should get an advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices. And who is Satan? Satan, the word Satan goes back to the Hebrew shaitan, which means adversary or being adverse to the truth. All right, that's these devils. That Satan, yes, there's an actual angel by the name of Satan. All right, that's his position that he plays under the Most High. It tells you that in Job, the 2nd chapter. But you have the men of Satan. You got the children of the devil. Pursuing the 1 John, I believe that's the 4th chapter, speaks about that. Speaks about the children of God and the children of the devil. That's here on the earth. The ones that work iniquity, the ones who do wickedness and sin willfully, who promote sin on the earth. That's Satan on the earth, man. That's the so-called white man. That's Esau Edom. He's a vessel of Satan. So lest Satan, the so-called white man, should get an advantage of us. Because how would he get an advantage of us if we don't have this truth? See, if you don't know the truth behind things and know Bible prophecy, this sounds like, a dream come true. Oh man, I got into that car accident back in 2012. I've been in a wheelchair since, but Elon Musk, he's saying that I could walk again. He's saying that if I just take this brain implant in my head, I could be the trial run for it. They'll experiment it on me. I'll be able to walk again. Yeah, I want to walk. I miss walking. Well, that's Satan getting advantage of a dude because he doesn't know any better. But we are not ignorant of his devices. When you deal with that word devices, you have technological devices. That's what they will call it today. But that's sort of new speak. Device in the Greek. And even when you go back to the Hebrew, when you go to Job 5 and 12, he disappointed the devices of the crafty. It pretty much says the same thing. This is G3540. I forgot the Hebrew word. This is the Greek word noema. And it says a mental perception, thought, an evil purpose. That which thinks the mind, thoughts, or purposes. So device is really just an evil purpose. Like it says, the intellect, disposition itself, device, mind, thought is your seat of thought. You're basically where you come up with your ideas. That's your devices. So what is their device ultimately? We have it right here, man. Revelation chapter 13, verse 16. And he causeth all. That he is talking about the beast, which ultimately is talking about the so-called white man, but how he rules in the earth today. His kingdom, if you will, is America, which is Babylon, the great spiritual Sodom in Egypt, which is Rome reincarnated. When you read Revelation 13, it breaks all this down. And NATO and the EU, which also make up the ancient Roman Empire. Those are the same nations who the ancient Roman Empire consisted of. So that's why we say this is Rome all over again. This is Rome reincarnated. And the he ultimately is talking about Esau Edom, the central bankers, the elites, because they're the ones that have power to even do this. It says causeth. He causeth all. How is he going to do that? By Isaiah 10 and 1. Decreeing unrighteous decrees. Making mischief by law. That's in Psalm, I think, 92 or 93 or 94. Let me... Throne of iniquity. I know it says that. And I'm going to come right back. Psalm 94. See, 94 and 20. It says, which frameth mischief by a law. That's the so-called white man. He passes these laws that is completely mischievous and crafty against you, as witchcraft, to get you to do things that he wants you to do. That's how he passes and pushes forth his agendas. And that's why I wanted to get Psalm 64. I'm going to go back there. But it says, and that I'm starting at 16, Salakia. And he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond. So that whatever this law, legislation, executive order, however they're going to pass it, is going to be for all, everybody in the world. It doesn't matter what your socio-economical status is. It don't matter if you a free man or you are in captivity, if you in prison, in jail, whatever. Doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if you got $1 million. Doesn't matter if you got $1. Everybody, celebrities, regular civilians, doesn't matter. He wants everybody to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads. See that foreheads thing? That's Elon Musk's Neuralink. All right, they want to put that in your brain. That's what it's talking about. A microchip, whether it be in your hand. All right, because when you deal with the word mark, it's charagma in the Greek, which means an incision, a cut in the flesh. Right? They want to put that in your hand. And you got a lot of people with microchips in their hand right now. And you have some who have it in their brain too. All right, it's going to become more of this a trendy thing. But hey, beware of what the scriptures here are telling you, and that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. So that's what it's ultimately about. It ain't about making handicapped people to walk again. They don't give a fuck about you people, man. You being used as scapegoats and pawns to forward the agenda, to paint this pretty picture that this technology is so innovating and so advanced, you know, it's going to help save the world and save people and all this. That's all you're being used for, and so are those monkeys. And that's why you see what's happening. If that's happening to the monkeys, what the hell you think is going to happen to you for taking that? And there's a scripture on that. Ultimately, that's the end goal of this agenda, that no man might buy or sell. They want to use this for currency, but it's way beyond currency, man. This thing goes way beyond just buying and selling, but that's going to be the main part, how they lock you out of society. If you don't have the RFID microchip implant, aka the mark of the beast, you will not be able to buy and sell. You won't be able to participate, so to speak, in this world. And then therefore you will be what they would call off the grid or exiled from society. You know, and ultimately what will happen if your house Shai isn't with you, you're going to die off, man. You either going to starve to death, because you're not going to be able to access food and water, especially on top of the famine. We already know there's a man-made famine, that these devils are orchestrating a global famine, which also plays a part of this agenda, because they're only going to give food and water to those that have the mark. Now, what did I say I was going to get? Oh, man. Oh, yeah. I know it says wonders, so let's just put that in there. And it's in the book of Revelation as well. Okay, I guess it says miracles. Let me put the word miracles, which remember Elder Apostle Gabar did a video. The reason why we get mixed up between miracles and wonders is because it's the same word when you look it up, which is basically healings. You know, it goes into healings. This is Revelation 16 and 14. For they are spirits of devils working miracles. See, these people are the spirit of Satan. They're the spirit of devils, which the word devils goes back to false accuser or slanderer. All right, diablos in the Greek. That's where the word devil comes from. And this is all slander. This is all false. All of this is lies, man. Telling you they can make you walk and help disabled people. That's all of excuse me, where was I at? That's all the spirit of devils, and they're working miracles. So they may even be able to make a guy seem like he's able to walk. Maybe they'll have a guy who already could walk, and they'll just pretend like they put a microchip in his head and then say, see, he could walk. He could walk again. You know, you wasn't there in that fucking laboratory. How you know that? How you know that this guy was handicapped before? Oh, because you got pictures of him in a wheelchair. You know how many homeless people pretend to be homeless and they pretend to be handicapped to get money? That's a supplant right there, man. But really, that's a deception. Don't be surprised, man. This devil's going to pull all type of tricks out of his sleeve. He's the devil. How can you trust anything from the devil, man? But that's why it says working miracles, and that's going to be through their technology, which go forth onto the kings of the earth and of the whole world. So everybody's going to see this and be in amaze, like, wow, look what they're doing. But it says to gather them to the battle of that great day of Yahweh, or God Almighty, which in the Hebrew actually is Alashadya, terrible demon like God. So the Lord is going to judge these people. That's the point. They're going to be gathered, you know, to be judged. And that's what it says here. Armageddon in the Hebrew tongue is Harmageddon, which means mountain of troops. All right. The Lord is going to gather these nations to destroy them. And guess what? If any of you, what you call it? Well, like it says here, doom for worshipers of the beast. If any of you worship the beast in his image, which ultimately means you're going to follow this devil blindly through his deception, through his false miracles, through his demonic enchantments that he's putting on you. Any of you people who will follow this man, you're going to be destroyed. All right along with him. You're going to die in that war of Armageddon, that third world war, which is nuclear destruction. All right, first, let me go back to Psalm 64. It says, verse 5, they encourage themselves in an evil matter. They commune of laying snares privately. They say, who shall see them? So they think nobody sees them, but only the elect can see, because the elect was given the eye salve. All right, which is the truth. Again, 2 Corinthians 2 and 11. You know, we cannot be ignorant of Satan's devices because we know the truth. we have an advantage over them because we know their next moves. We know what, when they present things like this, you know, we know what it's really about according to prophecy. So they can't get an upper hand on us. And that's speaking about the elect, the hopeful elect. Not everybody, because obviously this is a prophecy of the majority of people who are going to receive this RFID chip, whether it be through Neuralink, Synchron, whatever company, it doesn't matter the name. Once you receive this chip, all right, this is what's going to happen to you. And the third angel followed them, Revelation 14:9, saying with a loud voice, if any man worship the beast in his image, the beast is talking about NATO, the EU, and America. All right, the ancient Roman Empire revised. That's the image. His image is the image of ancient Rome, but in a modernized way. That's why they used to have a quote, all roads lead to Rome, or when in Rome, do as the Romans do. And now we have coined through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shimei Shai a phrase that says all roads lead to the chip. Because that's what it ultimately was always all about. All right, anybody that comes into power, any kingdom that is established on the earth, any man that, you know, the Heavenly Father blesses with the authority of rulership and a kingdom and a throne on the earth, they never want to get off the throne. All right, so you think the ancient Romans wanted to fall? No. But guess what? That deadly wound was healed, and now they're back. And they're back with a vengeance, so to speak, meaning they're back to fulfill their ultimate agenda, which is to microchip the whole world so they can be in that position of power forever. That's really what it's all about. If they microchip you, they see you as cattle, all right, as a horse branded, because that's part of the word mark in Revelation. You know, in the Greek, charagma, it says a brand that's upon horse. Once you brand a horse, that horse is yours forever. If the horse run away, they're going to bring it back because it has your brand on it. So that's what the mentality of these sick elites is. They want to microchip you to sit in that position of power, to have you as a perpetual slave. And if you actually worship that and you're down with that, this is your judgment, and receive his mark in his forehead or in his hand. So it says hand, meaning any hand. The same shall drink of the wine of the wrath of Yahweh Shemel Shai. So you're going to also drink of that destruction right along with this devil that's going to be destroyed, because he ain't getting away with this, man. Elon Musk is not getting away with this. And I'm going to finish this article, this last couple of paragraphs here. The technology may be misused, because that's ultimately what is, that is the underlying, you know, what they want to do, so to speak, their agenda. You know, they don't have no best interest. They don't have the best interest of the people in mind. Handicap, that's all bullshit, man. So again, if you fall for that shit, you just not the elect, and you're going to be destroyed. It says, which is poured out without mixture into the cup of his indignation. So the without mixture is talking about the nukes, you know, the missiles, because the Lord's not going to hold back nothing. You know, 200 million ICBM warheads are going to be, are going to destroy America. They're going to be launched upon America. All right. And the Lord's not going to hold back nothing. You know, he's not going to send a missile back and say, no, forget, you know, don't drop that one. I'm going to have mercy on that person. No, the only ones that the Lord is going to have mercy on, which is through Yahweh Shai, is the elect of Israel. That's the only ones that's going to escape this destruction. The Lord's not holding no destruction back, but he's going to save his elect in the blink of an eye. You know, the righteous shall scarcely be saved, or scarcely be saved, however you say that. You know, the elect is going to barely make it out of here, man. Lord willing, we could only hope that we're of that chosen few, because we don't want to suffer the destruction of this. We don't worship the beast in his image. We're not going to receive his mark, Abaratazah, according to Revelation 3 and 10, because we doing the work. All right, we believe on Yahweh Shai. We suffering for the truth's sake. All right, Lord willing, we endure to the end. Most importantly, Yahweh Shai said that the same shall be saved. So that's what we want. The elect is going to be saved out of this. The Lord is not going to hold nothing back. This place is going to be utterly and completely destroyed. America, Babylon the Great. It says, and he shall be tormented with fire and brimstone in the presence of the holy angels and in the presence of the Lamb. So Yahweh Shai is going to be there at that point. When the missiles come, Yahweh Shai is going to be there. He's also with the holy angels. He's also going to be adding more fire to that with the laser beams from what this world ignorantly knows as UFOs, or calls UFOs, which are the chariots according to the Bible, the clouds that the Lord is coming with. You see? So you don't want that. We don't want that type of smoke, man. We don't want that type of smoke. That's scary, man. That's scary. Yahweh Shai himself throwing laser beams into the nuclear lake, into the lake of fire, man. That's second death. That's scary, bro. And that's straight up anger and indignation, like the scripture said, righteous anger, wrath, fury. The Lord, he's not with that stuff, man. Even though this is all his prophecy and his will, but he's not with that microchip thing, you putting that in your body, man. Especially if you're an Israelite. But for you heathens, it don't matter anyways. You're going to get destroyed anyways. These messages, like the scriptures tell us to do, we give warning to the house of Israel. That's who it's really for. It ain't really for anyone else, but we know that there's Israelites amongst the other nations, so we got to bring it out publicly. But only the elect is going to be pardoned from this, man. Only the elect. You're going to have regular people that don't take the chip, believe it or not. You're going to have regular Edomites, actual Edomites who are against the agenda of the bankers, and they're not going to take it, but they're still going to die in the missiles. That specific judgment is just for those who actually receive it, who you're being told right now. So you have no cloak for your sin. You're being told that this is the mark of the beast is the RFID microchip implant. The mark of the beast is Elon Musk's Neuralink. You're being told. You're being warned. So if you still take it, there goes your judgment, man. So let's read the last part of this article and I'm going to close the lesson out. The technology may be misused. Other reasonable concerns include the misuse of this technology for profit. I don't think there is sufficient public discourse on what the big picture implications of this kind of technology becoming available are, said Dr. Carola Creekmere. I don't know how to say that. Assistant professor of medical history and bioethics at the University of Wisconsin-Madison. I worry that there's this uncomfortable marriage between a company that is for profit and these medical interventions that hopefully are there to help people, she added. Hopefully, that's a lot of hope right there. It has nothing to do with helping anyone. It's exactly what the first part says, a company that is for profit and is beyond that. But if you had to go with one of those two, an uncomfortable marriage, the truth is that they're going to make a lot of money off of it. Of course, they're not there to help anybody, man. There's a bigger picture. There's a big picture, but then there's a bigger picture. You understand? And that bigger picture is Bible prophecy that a lot of people are ignorant to. And it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if you're ignorant to it. It doesn't matter who knows and who doesn't know. All that matters is the elect. Once this message gets to the elect and they sealed and they're not going to take the chip, that's it. It doesn't matter. The rest of whatever disagreements or propaganda or whatever comes behind this doesn't matter. You see, the elect just has to know that this is the RFID chip, these microchip implants, is the mark of the beast according to the Bible. That's all the elect has to know. It says Dr. L. Sid Johnson, an associate professor in the Center for Bioethics and Humanities at SUNY Upstate Medical University, also worries that human research subjects are being exploited and used in risky research for someone else's commercial gain. And they're probably going to take this video down. All right, I'm going to put it up on YouTube, but hey, guess what? If they take it down, I just got a new laptop. My last laptop was broken. Tawadi Yahabashim Yashar for blessing me with a new one. And I plan to get more on Rumble and all these other platforms, Odyssey, Rumble. You got a bunch of other ones. So more than likely, if they take this video down, I'm going to be up on one of my other channels. I'll link them in the description if you made it this far in the video. But either way, I'm going to link them in the description. And, make sure you subscribe to my other channels, because there I will be posting the links for my other channels outside of YouTube where I can put these videos up, because all I did was read the article and bring out the scriptures, but yet they don't want this type of information going out. They don't want you people to know the dangers of these Neuralink technology chip implants. They want you to just be oblivious dummies. Oh yeah, wow, this sounds like a great idea. I want to walk again and get your head blasted in with a chip, and then next thing you know, you can't feel your fingers and toes, or you got to get amputated, or they got to euthanize you because maybe you might become a vegetable. Anything could happen, man. You people are dumb. A lot of you people are idiots, man, especially you people that took the juice. You took that JAB. You're pretty much dead already, man. So you might as well go ahead and go get it. Be the social experiment for everyone to show the world that this shit is, like it says, unethical. This shit is wicked, straight up, man. It's wicked. It's against the laws of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. It's against the scriptures. It's against nature. This thing is just completely and diabolically wicked. And for anyone who goes and takes it, man, fuck you. And may Yahweh Shem Yahushua destroy you. And I could just pray for myself and my family and my brothers, first and foremost, beginning with the apostles, that we don't take it. All right, Lord willing, Abaratazah. So with that, I'm going to say, Kol Halayim, La Yahweh Shem Yahushua, B'Ashem Makakodash. Hope and pray you were edified through the Holy Spirit. And I'll see you in the next lesson, Lord willing. Shalom.